is Manipuri Lamikon. Place name Doro Manipuri. Personally, I will introduce where is Manipur. Manipur, a land of natural beauty, blessed with a temperate climate, is in the northeastern corner of India. It is in India. The oval-shaped dust-green valley surrounding jungle-clad blue hills and mountain villages nurture many poetic children on this land of natural beauties. The minstrel of Yod sang of this land as woven by thread of gold as its love and wood with local signs as a looking mirror. The Meiteis of Manipur had a tradition of singing Layron, Adoyon, and Lamikon. What is Layron? We have the tradition of singing about the law of the flowers, different flowers, how the flowers was named, and how the name is derived, and what is the story behind the name. This is called Layron. And another one is about Anuyol, the origin of dance, the evolution of dance. It is sung by the fiddle player, pena player, and how this dance was originated. And the last one is the place name. Lamikon, law of place name, legend of place name. Now I will just show you some example of place name. This Anuyol, how the pena singer sings about Anuyol. Song is not done. The second one is about Layron. It is about the law of the flowers, how the jasmine was named, and what is the story behind the flower. Like this. The last one is the middle, test and legends. What happened? During the days of Manipuri kings, while the king was on tour by elephant, the court minister who used to walk behind the king, behind the king's elephant, sang the milton with a sonorous tone of Peter and Bena, describing the areas of the king's rule, citing the historical events of the area and derivation of the place name of the area. Say for example, when the king used to go in Banjakam or Sirikorapum or Sisake or Burina, and the Bena singer behind the king's elephant will sing how the Surin came to be known, how Sisake came to be known, the story behind the legend behind the naming of the place. That is called Lamin Bena. So it was a tradition in Manipur. Whenever the king goes to any place, the Bena singer that was I have shown you behind the king's elephant will sing the legend of the place name. That is called place name law in Manipur. We call it Lamit law, Lamin Bena. So every place name has a story behind in Manipur. Say how the place was named, what is the historical events, what is the legend behind them, like that. So I will give some of the examples of this place name. So it was a tradition in Manipur to tell the legend of place name by the king was on tour in any side. So the Bena singer has to sing the song or the Lamidon song about this, about naming them. That is, we call Lamidon or place name law. When Manipuri came to know the art of writing, those oral traditions which was handed down from generation to generation, it was written down. And so there are many books dealing with Lamidon, many manuscripts. It is not clear. King of Manipur king was on tour by elephant. When the king was moving, was on tour by elephant, the Bena singer will sing the landscape of the surrounding area while he is moving. During the days of Manipuri kings, while the king was on tour by elephant, the court minister who used to walk behind the king's elephant sang Lamidon with a sonorous tone of Peter Bena, describing the area of the king's rule, citing the historical events of the area and derivation of the place names of the area. This tradition of singing place name legend by the Bena singer behind the king's elephant is known as Lamin Bena. Lam means land, Inba means to follow, Bena means Peter. Why the Manipuri took interest in preserving this Lamidon? Why the Manipuri took interest in preserving this place name? The Manipuri took interest in preserving the place name legends, as many of the legends of Lamidon are associated with their ancestral memories. Worship of ancestors is one of the aspects of religious belief systems of the Metis. My point is this: why the Manipuris took interest in preserving this Lamidon? Because in the legend of Lamidon, there are the stories and it immersed ancestral memories. Because the Manipuris are ancestral worship. So to venerate their ancestor has been an inseparable age of tradition of the Metis of Manipur. This may be one of the reasons of having the tradition of singing place name legends which are associated with the activities of their ancestors. This is one of the reasons why ancestor worship, why place name is sung by the Bena singer. So when the Manipuris came to know the art of writing, the oral literature which were handed down from generation to generation were written down. First it was in oral tradition, it was sung, it was handed down from generation to generation. In later period, it was written down. There are many manuscripts dealing with these place and legends. The manuscripts dealing with the description of place name are known as Lamit and Guya, manuscript of place name law. These are the manuscripts which is written in the place name legends. There are a number of old manuscripts written in archaic Metis script and Metis language on handmade papers and bark of arbor tree, dealing with different subjects numbering more than 1,000. There are more than 1,000 manuscripts. These manuscripts are being preserved in Manipur State Museum, State Archives, private museums and local countries. These manuscripts cover various subjects such as traditional texts, rituals, chronicle, administrative books and genealogies, descriptions of different hills and legal facts, valuable stones, description of nature and other imaginative work of pure literature. Amongst the manuscripts, there are many dealing with place name legends. Some of the manuscripts dealing with place name legends are Torayolumpa, Luang Lungungun, Tangwayo, Poiritun Untoka, etc. So I am giving two examples from Torayolumpa how the place Hyangtang came to be known, and I am narrating the legend about the naming of this place Hyangtang. Let me introduce first what is Torayolumpa. Torayolumpa is a variety account of place names that describes how places particularly located on the banks of Meandering River derive their names. This Torayolumpa gives an account of about 200 place names. Give an account of about 200 place names. It begins with epic adventure of Yoyomba and Tautima. What is Yoyomba and Tautima? In the region of Manipur, these two princes, Yoyomba and Tautima, they dredge the river, they clean the river, and whatever on their way, they have named the places near the bank of the river according to the stories. So, the two mighty princes in 3rd century AD and place name formed their own. The work diverges to recall the background of all the places associated with different communities of Han dynasties in the 17th century. So there is an interesting story how the place name Hyangtang came to be known. In Manipur, there were different municipalities under one king. So the hereditary kings, they had to pay the taxes to the king. So what happened? There is one representative of Manipuri king whose name is Lambu Thonang Yingkuba, a trusted official of Ura, the Moirang king. On Iran to collect tribute from the chief of Lokha and Hauka tribes. The Moirang king used to collect the tributes from the chief of Hauka and Lokha. What happened? Lambu Thonang Yingkuba was treated with a poison wine by the wife of the Hauka Hukasi. Because the wife of the Hauka Lokha did not like to collect taxes from them. So what she hits a plan that she put some poison in the wine to kill the tax collector. So Lambuk Tonang Yekuba was greeted with poison wine by the wife of the Loka Haukazi. Before he listened to the wine, the collector came to know, he came to realize that the beer was poison and did not accept the offer. The collector did not accept the offer, which was poison by the wife of the chief of the Loka Hauka. So what happened? Soon after the chief returned from the outing, the chief of the Hauka Loka, when he came back home, what happened? The chief returned from an outing, unwittingly guzzled the intoxicant, which was poisoned by his wife. He did not know that the wine is poison. So he just drank the wine. Then what happened? Instantly, the chief of the Hauka Loka died because he consumed the wine which was poisoned by his wife. Then what happened? The cruel woman, the wife of the Hauka Loka chief, burst into one cry, alleging that the collector of this Moira had killed her husband. The woman then burst into one cry, alleging that her husband had been killed by Tonang Yekuba. On hearing this, the people of Hauka Loka ran after this Tonang Yekuba. Then Tonang Yekuba ran away for his life. Tonang Yekuba ran away for his life and jumped down into the river. A huge python was lying across the river. He crossed the river on the back of the python as if he was crossing the river by a big boat. On reaching the other side of the river, Tonang Yekuba shouted back to the people of Loka Hauka, "I did not take the life of your wife. He is an unfortunate victim of the cruel plot of his own wife." As the python shoved the proposal here, a huge boat across the river, the location came to be known as Yamata. So there are stories behind each place. This is one of the examples of how Hyangtang came to be known. And this is another story which I have picked up from Torido Longwa. There are about 200 place names dealing with this Torido Longwa. I am picking only one story. And there is another book which is called Koiriton Puntopa, Immigration of Koiriton. In the 1st century AD, what happened? One Koiriton who was in search of land, free from death and sickness. He traveled throughout the length and breadth of the universe. Finally, he came to Manipur, and he was traveling in search of the land free from death. While he was traveling, he named many places according to the events he had faced, according to the events what took place. So, Koiriton Puntopa is another ministry dealing with the migration of Koiriton and his followers in quest of a land free from death and sickness. Koiriton, in quest of land from death and sickness, visited all the hills and plains of Manipur and adjoining region of Burma, now Myanmar. Many of the places in the eastern foothills hill resorts in Burma and around the Manipur hills were named after an incident relating to his migration. There are 100 place name legends in Koiriton Puntopa. While describing the place name, the storyteller narrators. How was it called Tamu? Tamu is present in Myanmar, in Burma. The answer is Singho Puriton, the grandsire in search of rain, free from sickness and death. He saw a row of sandy kabo sleeping in a dark space. The place where the kabos were sleeping came to be known as Tamu. So, this Tamu, the place Tamu, is in Burma, present Myanmar, the border town between Manipur and Myanmar, Burma. So, in this Poeliton Kuntopa, many legends are given relating to the Poeliton Kuntopa. So, there are many place name legends which are related to the events, historical events. So there is a pattern of naming place name. There are place names assigned in connection with mythical stories, historical events, personages like kings, princes, after names of deities, physical features, flora and fauna, natural phenomena. There are place names assigned after a title, surname of inhabitants of the area. So, I am giving one of the example of place name which is connected with the myths of Manipur, creation myths of Manipur. There are many place names assigned after the mythical stories. According to traditional beliefs, the names of the village sector, there is one place known as sector in Manipur. Sector, Natunjin, Sagolman. These three places were named after the story of a winged horse. In the creation myth of Metis, the Creator ordered his son to create the earth and sky. So what happened when the Creator was creating one Samudayanga destructed many times of his creation. That is the story. And after that myth, how the places came to be known. It is connected with the myth. So, according to the traditional beliefs, the names of the village Sekta, Natunjin, Sagolman were named after the story of winged horse, Samudayanga. In the myth of mighty creation, Asiva, the person of Almighty God, created the earth and other living beings at the behest of his power. However, he was at a loss as the winged horse Samudayanga repeatedly destructed the creation work. The god Thangwai Marhinto overpowered Samudayanga and says the winged horse. The Masek means powerful way of the horse was fallen. The place where the Masek of powerful winged horse was came to be known as Sekta. That means the place where the Masek of the Samudayanga was fallen. Hence the present village named Sekta takes its origin from the myths of creation. Thangwai Marhinto flipped the tail of the horse totally in Manipuri Tum. The place where the tail of the winged horse flipped by Thangwai Marhinto came to be known as Natunjin. God Thangwai Marhinto further says the winged horse, suddenly the winged horse disappeared. The place where the horse disappeared came to be known as Sagolma. The winged horse in the district, the place where it is lost, it came to be known as Sagolma. So, there are places in Manipur which is connected, which is named, which is believed to be named after the myth of creation. So, here are the examples of naming the place name after the myth of creation. And there are also place names assigned in connection with the legend of goddess Pantui. According to the legend, the village Kanga was assigned after the love episode of goddess Pantui and Nompo Pinto. According to the legend, once while goddess Pantui was waiting for her lover as she was busy. This is about a story of love episode of Pantui and Nompo Pinto, the two deities. So what happened? According to the legend, the village Kangavi, how it was named? There is a place called Kangavi in Manipur. How the place was named? And according to the legend, this place name was derived after the love episode of goddess Pantui and Lord Nompo Pinto. According to the legends, once while goddess Pantui was waiting for her lover as she was busy. She was busy as when she was waiting for her lover. In the meantime, heavy rain fell and Pantui clothes were danced. While she was speaking, heavy rains fall and all her clothes were danced. After the rain, the sun shined again. Pantui wringed her wet clothes and tried to dry them. Take off her clothes and dry with sun. In the meantime, Nompo Pinto, his lover, her lover of Pantui, disguised as country man and approached her. Immediately Pantui sat down shyly and said, "Oh Mupa, thou dost come. Why I waited for you so long, but ye had arrived when I am not properly dressed." Nompo Pinto replied, "My dear son, Tampawangno, it's because of your clothes that have not dried that is called this place called Kangavi. Kangavi means where the clothes are not dried. Hence the place came to be known as Kangavi." So there are myths, there are legends about naming the places of Manipur. So all the place names of Manipur, every place name, behind every place name, there is a legend, there is a story. So what happened? When the king was controlled by elephant, the penal singer will sing the story. We have reached this place. We have reached this place. How this place was named. That was a tradition during the days of Manipuri kings. It was an interesting aspect. And in one aspect, the king was informed continuously by the penal singer, fiddle player, "Oh, we have reached this place." How it was named. So the penal singer was supposed to know all the legends, all the stories behind the places. So it was a tradition in Manipur. There is a proverb in Manipur, "Samu matun penakam." Since it became a routine work, nobody will confess. So if somebody is not listening properly, then people will say that, "Oh, it is like Samu matun penakam." Now it is proverb is coming. So and there is another story, another myth about shooting of the sun. Some scholars believe that shooting of the sun is an allegory. But there is a story in Manipur about the shooting of the sun. What happened? According to the myth, there were two suns in the sky. What happened? These two suns shone without day and night. Two brothers, Taumiro and Ba and Sana. These two brothers, they were shining continuously day and night. And one of the servants of these two sons, he could not tell his own work. He could not do his home chores, his work. He could not look after his children. He could not look after his wife. Because the two masters continuously instructed him to do this and this and that. So what happened? This biologian Viva, the servant of the two sons, thought that done. If I kill one of the son, I will kill somebody to some extent. That's why this Kailamtham took one of the son. Only one son is born. And that is called Nimitta. And after this, the myth of Nimitta, many places were named according to this Nimitta. So, I am giving some examples. Long ago, there were two sons in the sky. Kailamtham Piva, servant of the two masters, Tauhiyam Anba, the eldest son, and Nimisana Komadon, the youngest son, attended both day and night. He had no time left to look after his family, fondle his children, and tend domestic chores. Kailamtham Piva was very educated. Finally, he hit